everyone. My name's Sophie Shepherd and I'm the company director of Devoted Homecare. Devoted Homecare, we're a domiciliary home care company based in Ashford, and we cover Ashford, Hythe, the Romney Marsh and all of the surrounding area. At the moment we employ a small team of quality carers to go out to our clients' home to provide our clients with any support that they require. This can be anything from personal care to medication to wellbeing, safety checks and social visits. A large number of our clients are those who need end-of-life care. Obviously, this is very rewarding to us, as without us coming to their homes, they won't be able to have their last days passed out at their homes. When I first got into care, it wasn't by choice. I had just come back from a season working in Ibiza, like you do when you're 19, and I was at a loose end. I thought I would try it as my mum and my sister were in the care industry at the time, and luckily I managed to get a care assistant job doing nights at the local care home. I absolutely loved it, and from then on I thrived. I completed my MVQ level 2 in health and social care, working nights, and once I completed that, I was offered a job at Saltwood Care Centre. There I completed my MVQ level 3 in health and social care, where I was promoted to a senior carer. After being at Saltwood for 3 years, I felt as if though it was time to move on, so that as I could not climb the career ladder any further there. I then got a part-time job at William Harvey Hospital at the Kennington ward, and I was a ward manager's assistant, and a part-time job doing domiciliary care company for a local care company. After 6 months of me being there, I then got itchy feet. I felt like I needed something different in my life and decided to go to Australia for a gap year. I was lucky enough that my sister already lived out there, so I could live with her and she could help me get started. Whilst I was in Australia, I started work as a support worker for adults with learning difficulties, and it was really an amazing line of work. The clients were really lovely, and the care system out there is faultless. It made me think about what I would do and what I would not do if I was ever lucky enough to own my own care company. When I came back from my travels, I started working for the domiciliary care company that I worked for before going to Australia as a community care worker. After 3 months, I was lucky enough to be promoted to supervisor, and in this time I studied my MVQ level 5 in health and social care management. At the same time as this, the register manager job came up and I applied for it. I was given an interview, but unfortunately I did not get the job on this occasion. Obviously it was a huge knockback, as this is what I wanted to do in my career, and I felt like there was nowhere else that I could climb to in my current job. I had to make the decision on whether I wanted to wait for another manager's position to come up at another branch or take the plunge and try something else. It was then I took my decision to resign and start my own care company. I would have not have had the confidence to do so if it wasn't for the support of my partner, his family, and my family. I'm forever grateful that they pushed me at the times when I thought it was not possible and showed me that they believed in me. I'm not going to lie, it was very stressful, tiring and hard setting up Devoted Homecare. Having never been in a company director or registered manager position previously, I had a lot to learn, but that's when the Kent Foundation come into play. I got in touch with them through a friend of a friend and asked them if they could help me. They said they'd be in touch when they find me a mentor. I then had a phone call from Rowan saying she'd found me a mentor and passed on my details. My mentor was called Annabelle, and she was so helpful. We use Zoom regularly and are still in contact now. Annabelle runs her own business, so was able to pass on her words of wisdom with how the financial side of the business goes and what I needed to do moving forward. They are such an amazing foundation and help many young people wanting to open up a business. Some of you know CQC regulate all care companies, and you need to be registered with them to provide personal care. This process can be very lengthy, and they want to know a lot of information about your company. I submitted my application in October 2020, but I did not get my registration until February 2021 due to the COVID delays. During this time, it gave me time to advertise my business and get everything prepared as much as I could. This meant going out leafleting for very long days with my mum, bless her. Devoted Homecare finally got our first client in April 2021, and I had to pinch myself that it was real. Owning my own care company seemed like such a dream, and now it was a reality. From then on, the company went from strength to strength. Me and my poor mum were out doing care calls every single day, as well as doing care assessments, rotas, invoicing, and running the day-to-day dinners of the business in my tiny home office. It was very full on, and I was waking up in the middle of the night thinking about stuff I needed to do. I employed my first carer in May 2021, and from then on, I was lucky enough to have others apply for a care job. A lot of carers who knew me in the past wanted to join me, knowing my vision. Having more carers meant that we could take on more clients and help out the community. Fast forward to a short while to July 2021 when I realised we had outgrown the home office and I needed something bigger. The search for an office was on. I found a lovely office at Bizbase in Ashford and we moved straight in. I also employed an operations lead, Josh, who is honestly a godsend. He has been a massive help in moving the business forward and with helping me out. At this point, I had 10 staff members and 18 clients. The business was growing steadily before my eyes. We now employ a fantastic team of 30, including my mum and also my sister who's just started, and she's back from Australia. Our client base has also grown, and I now have 41 clients with a lot of private and joining us from word of mouth. We're now in an even bigger office in the same building, as I needed more desks and space, as I have more office staff now to help out with the workload, and to allow carers to come into the office and progress in the care industry because we offer MVQs. I think my biggest achievement this year is we won the Business of the Year award for the Kemp Foundations in February, which obviously was a massive achievement. We are now a year and a half old as a business. We've just had our first CQC inspection. Both myself and Josh have had the inspections at previous companies before and has always been led by someone else. But this is the first inspection that we've had us leading it, so obviously it's very nerve-wracking. Luckily, we had a really, really lovely inspector who helped us through everything and was really, really kind. We had our first draft back today and we got a good, which is the best rating you can get at CQC, so I'm very, very happy with that. So, springs around that, thank you. Thank you. So that's me. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous because that was my first ever speech I've ever done. But, thank you. Thank you.
Incredible work, Sophie. Let me just grab that back and then we'll see if there's any questions. Oh no, incredible. A year and a half and you've got 30 staff and just got good in CQC. That's amazing. And I have to say, personally, as someone who's been in a family caring situation for the last year, I wish that I'd known about people who are as literally devoted as you. So it's, incredible to hear your story. Quite a change from Ibiza, but we'll keep the party vibe going. So has anyone got a question for Sophie? Lovely, at the back.
I think I was quite lucky because I started during COVID. I just implemented them legislations at the beginning. So where I worked at other companies, it was different. But I think I was quite lucky because I already had to adhere to them legislations at the beginning. So I didn't have to change anything. Because we got registered in last February, when obviously it was the height of COVID, I think we was very lucky because we had to just implement them and we still have to now. So I think that's where we was quite lucky, if I'm honest with you.
For Sophie?
It's okay, it's fine.
Well, first of all, let's round of applause for Sophie. Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you.